Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University, and customarily a trip here involves a journey to K-ville. Instead, you will be engulfed by the Wade Wackos, the Duke fans ready for their Blue Devils to go to work. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Stanford Cardinals taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Blue Devils will put total leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Blue Devils offense will have the first possession of the game. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense, always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man to the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to move it through the air. He makes the connection. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Man, these in-breaking routes are so hard for these slot guys because you're so worried about them flying up the field vertically. Nice job sitting down, breaking in, finding a little hole, making a catch.
On second down, looking again to throw. Wide open downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And the ball is picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call, and they get the INT.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight, is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Yeah, and the defensive line, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. The give to the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. Working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got his man quickly. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. They'll try to run for it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And the Blue Devils have this offense rolling. Lets it fly. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and gone.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. 1st down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. He's got it. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Touchdown, Cardinal! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Continues to fight for yards. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were.
They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Let him bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, the short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Looking left. It's caught downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Hands it off. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Escapes the sack. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds, an incomplete pass. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, the defense just spent a whole lot of energy, too. That was a long play. That developed and took time, and they were pursuing, and they weren't able to get him initially. So you got dudes huffing and puffing and sucking wind, and this offense all of a sudden down close to your goal line. You might want to consider subbing some fresh bodies out on the field.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. Snagged in the end zone! Touchdown, Stanford!
What a throw by the QB. You think about it, you don't have much space near the sideline, and he put that thing right on the outside of the sideline where his receiver could go make a play. Not only does he make the play, I'm pretty sure he got a foot in bounds, and that's a great touchdown catch. What a playmaker.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here comes the option. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He slings it deep to the left. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Stanford has him back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. Looking for more room. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. South Carolina showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's going to fire deep. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks.
And the quarterback is snowed under. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He'll pull it down and run. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
He's going to throw deep right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Duke.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Finds space on the right. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback knew he was in that pocket too long, but nowhere to go with the ball, and he takes the sack. Defense might bring the house here. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one. They're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Fires to the tight end. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle, it's Everett. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. New set of downs after that completion. Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man on the right.
I love fullbacks that can catch the football. These guys aren't just blockers. They're not just smash-mouth players, but these guys have got some finesse to their game and some soft hands to go with it.
Wants to fire on second down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He'll just keep slinging it. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Steps away to find some room. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Finds his tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got him downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. They'll go to the fullback. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. And he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, it is still a 12-point game.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll try to pop the draw. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snatches it on the right. Can anyone catch it? And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had zero problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They're going to throw it again. He's got him this time.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, but he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Open runway ahead. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on 1st down. Coming after him. Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
From the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Got a lot of running room. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Duke. And they take it in for 6 more points. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff.
17.
Stopped at the 17. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Defense not showing press coverage. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Gets it out quickly. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Comes out throwing on first down. Feeling some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Stanford wants to push the pace.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Using his legs to buy some time. Short gain on the play before he slides. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They want to dance their way in on third and goal. Touchdown, Blue Devils! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
49. Stanford, 23.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Tackled immediately after the catch.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down. Trying to get rid of it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Here's a throw downfield late. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. This is what an elite team does. They know